Hinduism suffered a major setback in the late 19th century when Indian and Western scholars explored the Vedic texts. In 1884, linguistic Max Muller was appointed by the British government to translate the Rig Veda. In this process, he discovered that the Sanskrit, Latin, Persian, and Greek languages had a few words which were common. Scholars thought that people speaking similar words must have been related sometime. They might have some common ancestors. Therefore, some people might have come from some other country in India. Max Muller and other historians suggested that around 4000 years ago, a fair-skinned race migrated from Central Asia to Europe and Iran. Mind you, this was just an assumption. Later, a few groups from the Iranian migrants also invaded India. The invaders were considered to be Arya, the poets of Rig Veda. The British called them Aryans. This hypothesis was accepted for a century by many historians. They discussed the origin, time, and path of these Aryans. But now many historians believe that Aryans were indigenous to Indian subcontinent and lived in western India around Punjab. New historians argue that the theory of Aryan invasion has no archaeological evidence. Anthropologist Edmund Leach said in 1990, Aryan invasion never happened. Furthermore, the poets of Rig Veda also have not mentioned any story of their long migrating journey. Okay, if Aryans migrated to Iran first and then to India, then why they wrote Rig Veda in India only, which was their last direction? Scholars justified that Aryans came to India with the words and hymns of Rig Veda. So, according to this justification, Iranian literature or Iranian manuscripts should have something which are common, like from Rig Veda. But no, it wasn't. Also, Gayatri Mantra was composed around 5000 years ago, well before the so-called Aryan race started their journey. But ancient Iranian literature has no similar hymns, even though Iran was their first destination and India was their last. Actually, no other Indo-European race had any literary work earlier than Rig Veda. Now, what was the earliest literary work of Iranians? It was the Avesta, which was written much later after Rig Veda. If the Rig Veda, the word Deva means God, Asura means demon. On the contrary, in Avesta, Ahura means God and Deva means evil demon, completely opposite hymns. Thus, there are many reasons to believe that this Aryan theory is totally fake. No archaeological evidence, nothing. Now coming to the first point, as justified by these scholars, that these languages had some common words, which was because some Indian priests might have migrated from India to Iran and Europe with the knowledge of Sanskrit. They must have added a few words of Sanskrit to the native language. Well, this is how many languages have words which are common. So, Aryan invasion theory is a totally manufactured product so as to break the unity of Indians. Well, how Aryan theory is breaking our unity? Well, you can see South Indians are thinking that North India is a burden on them. They also think that Aryans were the ones who invaded India and the Dravidians were the ones who were the original inhabitants. Dalits also claim that they were the original inhabitants, but the reality is it is a totally manufactured product to break the unity of our country. It was a plan by the Britishers which played very successful in the long run so as to break the unity of our country. So, I would request my viewers to share this video as much as possible so as to create awareness and hence remove this thing